Hello, myself Sonal Ramgaja. Basically, we are discussing one of the topic that is city view. In this, we are discussing this management topic. So this way, basically, the rich people do the management. Basically, rich people do the management by sitting in Mumbai. Basically, and political people basically handles a rich businessman like this way. Basically, they have a handle. This is the example, basically, and this is the live example. If you want to verify this, you can verify in Mumbai city. Basically, how many people basically got HIV/AIDS and how many people basically died in Dubai by after marriage, and that girl also basically died. So just verify it basically. You will see that basically which kind of people actually real businessmen are and which kind of people the political people are. So that is basically different thing basically. On last day everything is going to calculate. So that's basically not a thing basically. So you all basically keep doing this type of stuff. So one of the person told this is basically going to happen. That is 100% sure. So here thing is this is the management basically. One of the person told the how basically the sales management are. This is also one of the example of sales actually. Like this also people do the sale basically. Like this the political people do sales of big rich people basically, because rich people don't get take the money basically. So that is basically not our topic basically. Here the thing is the management stuff basically, and that basically the HIV/AIDS girl topic basically was real basically. If you want to check, you can check it in Mumbai basically. How many people got HIV/AIDS, and after that basically in rich people basically, not poor people basically. But the boy basically was poor basically, and girl basically was rich. So see basically up to what level things are basically going to be. Because on last day everything is going to calculate, that's why. So like this basically the things are getting managed, and this everything is managed also basically. Like this everything is managed also. So see basically the management, and this everything basically we have discussed. So here basically we are discussing now topic is HIV/AIDS. So one of the person told that, यार HIV/AIDS क्या है? Basically I have heard lots of HIV/AIDS, AIDS. So HIV/AIDS basically one of the person told that whatever thing you eat na basically, whatever thing you eat basically, antibiotic basically you don't get basically. That is HIV/AIDS basically. Your immunity basically gets keeps on down, keeps on down. But when the normal person basically eats the food, his immunity basically is perfect. Why? Because he keeps on getting the antibiotic. So one of the person told that why basically like these basically things are created. So one of the person told that when the normal people eat the food na basically, that time his energy basically is which is getting basically, he is getting energy from thousand cities basically. That is clear. When the HIV/AIDS person basically gets the food basically, he consumes the food basically, that time basically he gets the energy from one or two cities basically, because for AIDS people basically the cities are not created. That's why this was the topic basically, and this was the management base. So the AIDS people basically who are into the AIDS, they basically have to take more medicine. Why? Heavy dose medicine. Why? Because the energy basically which they are getting, they are not getting properly from that two or three cities basically. Previously they were getting from thousand cities, but now they are getting energy from one or two cities basically. So if he eats onion, then assume that basically onion basically city is not created for the AIDS group, so he is going to get disease basically, and for that basically he have to eat antibiotic medicine, that is told as a AIDS disease basically medicine basically. So this is the major difference basically. So one of the person said, what is the solution basically? So solution basically is only that basically the people basically who are into the investment, they have to do investment basically in AIDS city also basically, because for AIDS basically I think one or two cities are created for AIDS oxygen basically. One person basically having AIDS, so he basically is having the antibiotic oxygen basically. So that is the AIDS medicine and AIDS management, and normal person do the management basically. And that everything basically we have discussed now basically. And this everything is live basically. This management stuff basically is ongoing basically. One of the person told that basically, yeah, MBA basically AIDS people basically can't do. AIDS he can do basically, yeah, but he will get the job basically, because company says that basically we don't take HIV/AIDS people basically. So one of the person told that if anybody want to fire from particular company basically, from company only, then what is the easiest way? So one of the HR person told that basically give him AIDS basically and do the marriage with the AIDS girl basically. So this was very idea. This was basically actually he one of the person told that basically what is one of the software company person told that यार ये हमको है ना बहुत परेशान कर रहा है. Indian girl basically, which kind of girls basically that also is basically. One of the Indian girl told that यार ये हमको बहुत परेशान कर रहा है. This boy basically keeps on changing the company, this that, and he basically is creating problem to us. So they told that basically one of the management person basically told that यार इसका कुछ करना पड़ेगा. So he basically escalated the issue to top level management, that is the Indians top rich people basically. The rich people told that basically काम करते हैं, we will create one lesson, because they were rich people basically, they only believe in creating lesson basically, nothing else basically. They, because they do the investment, so they do the big investment, so they told that basically काम करेंगे, we will create some lesson basically for this particular boy. So first basically they have done the marriage with one HIV/AIDS girl. After that basically they have done the advertising, that basically see basically he was actually giving problem to the companies, na? So what is the condition of that particular person? See basically, see, yes basically. So all software companies basically start watching that particular. They have basically done first. They have done the advertising, basically. First they have done the advertising of that particular boy. After that basically they have done the AIDS marriage, and then slowly basically they spreaded the advertising, that see basically that person basically got AIDS. First they spreaded this person basically is changing the company and creating problem. That basically the advertising they have already done basically. After that basically they have done the advertising that see basically he was giving problem to companies, so we have basically given him AIDS. So all people basically started watching, we basically he was actually creating problem to the company, na? So he got AIDS basically. So like this basically the message also spread it. So after that basically the people basically telling, basically we can't create problem to companies, we have to listen the people, we basically can't do this that each and everything, whatever things he has done basically we can't do like this that each and every string. Basically the data science group also basically came into picture, and they have also basically studied, because data science group basically were already active basically. They were watching whatever things basically you are doing basically, because on last day everything is going to calculate, that's why. So he basically was data science group also basically was tracking each and everything basically of that particular person basically in one of the database. Assume that was IBM database or basically Microsoft database, that also see. So they told that basically we are already basically doing this as each and everything, so we are basically handling him basically from long before. So next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about this.